And our man, D. Orlando Ledbetter, has been covering the Falcons for 20 years, I believe. And you, in your mock draft back in early April, had them taking Michael Penix Jr. I'll let you take a victory lap here, but why did you think Michael Penix Jr. was going to the Falcons?
Well, thank you so much, Dan. Yeah, I moved off of it, so I won't take the victory lap. But they have went out to Seattle to work him out last year. The whole Arthur Blank plane, the general manager, the whole coaching staff, and so they did the same thing last year when they went to Austin to do Bijan Robinson. So I'm like, oh, this is the full entourage trip. So that's a tip that this is the pick. And so I wrote it, and I went and said, hey, this is the pick because they went full Monty on the visit.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand. Now, let me ask you, do you like the pick?
I understand the pick. I'm in the minority.
that's not liking the pick.
Yeah. No, I think you could have picked a better player to help your team out immediately. But I understand what they were doing. Yeah, you could have got a more impact player, maybe a defensive stalwart that's going to be on the field for you for 10 years, where you picked a guy that's going to clearly sit for a couple.
Yeah, I don't get it because he's 24. He's probably going to be 27 by the time he's the full-time quarterback. And you're invested in Cousins for, I think you're tied up at least for 3 years here.
Yeah, the hit would be massive if it's a 2-year deal. You're okay after 3, and certainly fine after 4.
Oh, my gosh. How do you think Kirk Cousins is going to take this?
Oh, he hasn't taken it well. We've talked to his agent. We've heard from confused, shocked is what we heard, dismay. Were some of the reactions of Kirk Cousins. He hasn't come out publicly, but on his agent, Mike McCartney, he has expressed those emotions on behalf of his client.
How does this work out?
There's a couple different ways. Hey, Kirk comes in, they win, they develop Penix, they have a transition plan in place. The other scenario is Kirk, they don't win, they lose, they put the kid in there too early, and they're back here in the draft at number 8, trying to pick another quarterback in a couple of years.
Let's go back a little ways when we thought Belichick was going to Atlanta. Then we found out some more details, maybe Robert Kraft telling his friend Arthur Blank that don't do it. What was your thought when the Falcons decided that they weren't going to hire Bill Belichick?
Yeah, I was caught off guard. Well, most people were. I thought it was a lock. When you got rid of a coach that, Arthur Smith had done a credible job given the set of circumstances that he had, and you're going to cut him short early. That was indicating that you already had something in place with Belichick. So we were stunned that didn't happen. He couldn't win over the building, and so the owner had to move in another direction there. Raheem had support within the building and ended up getting the job.
Yeah, this is wild. Like
yes,
I wouldn't.
Yes, it is. It's the Falcons, though.
Well, you've seen a lot over 20 years.
Yes, I have. From federal dogfighting trials to this.
Yeah, you've seen it all. But, it's still, I wouldn't have brought in Kirk Cousins. 35 coming off Achilles surgery, and it's going to cost me $100 million guaranteed? No. Now, I know maybe he's the final piece here. We're assuming he's going to be healthy to be able to play. Right. But, man, I'm puzzled by this. I'm puzzled. I'm not easily puzzled in this business. This one, the whole thing in the offseason, no Belichick, you got Kirk Cousins, and now you take Michael Penix.
Yeah, and I think you got to go back to them going after Deshaun Watson in 221 when they decided that Matt Ryan couldn't keep going. And, they found out the price tag was too high for him then. The $230 guarantee was too high. So then you end up playing with Mariota and Ritter for 2 years, and that didn't work out. So now you're in desperate quarterback mode.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be one of those teams like Denver playing 16 different quarterbacks for the next 10 years. So you make a move and get Cousins, and now you make another move and get his apparent successor. So that's the backdrop. You kind of got to start at them trying to get Deshaun Watson and that failing, and then the subsequent moves being bad.
Well, you got a lot of things to write about down there, so
yes, we do.
make your job easy. Hey, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome, Dan. Thanks for having me.
D. Orlando Ledbetter. He initially had the Falcons taking Michael Penix Jr.